let's get into this Super Bowl 54 prediction. You got the Kansas City Chiefs representing the AFC, and you got the 49ers, San Francisco 49ers representing the NFC. So let's talk about it. It goes down Sunday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. And you already know the Super Bowl is really played in the same handful of places. Usually you got it in Glendale, Arizona. You got it in Miami most of the time. And they went to a cold weather city a few times. You know what I'm saying? In modern history, New York, when the Seahawks blew out the Broncos, won plenty of money there. Indianapolis went to that Super Bowl when Eli beat Tom Brady a second time. And Detroit, back in the day where I'm at right now, I didn't go to that Super Bowl, but that's when Ben Roethlisberger was a bus driver and Jerome Bettis went out on top with the Super Bowl, Detroit's own. But, this Super Bowl, I put some thought into it, a little bit of thought into it. I knew who I thought would win coming into it. And when you look at it, it's, defense versus offense, and usually when you get that combination, usually the superior defense come out on top. But one thing about this matchup is that the Kansas City Chiefs may be the exception to that rule because of the amount of speed they got offensively. I don't think the Kansas City Chiefs secondary can match up with Tyreek Hill. I don't think they can match up with Sammy Watkins, Hardman, and Demarcus Robinson. I don't think they can match up with those guys, in my opinion. That's kind of where I'm looking at it right now. I think the Chiefs' speed is too much. Even at the quarterback position, that speed is too much. And if the 49ers is going to win this game, the 49ers have to control the line of scrimmage, collapse the pocket, and also they have to be disciplined in their rush lanes, which they're a good defense. They are very disciplined in their rush lanes. They have to be very, very disciplined. You know what I'm saying? Because if somebody jump inside or somebody stunt and they fail to keep their lane, Patrick Mahomes will break the pocket and he will get mobile. They haven't faced a quarterback this postseason that's mobile. Aaron Rodgers, he used to be mobile. He is a little still mobile, but he ain't the quarterback that he once was. But the difference between Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes is Rodgers don't have as much team help as Patrick Mahomes has. Rodgers has a ton of don't have that team speed. Really, what it boiled down to is that you stop Aaron Jones out the backfield for the Packers, and you stop the receiver Devontae Adams, and that's Green Bay. So with Kansas City, you got to defend the sideline to sideline and end zone to end zone with their speed. You know what I'm saying? So that's something to look at. And you look at offensively for the 49ers, can Kansas City stop the run? And can Chris Jones get healthy enough where if Chris Jones is healthy, I believe they can contain the run good enough. Reggie Ragland, Frank Clark, Chris Jones is probably their best defensive player. And Honey Badger playing that nickel and that kind of hybrid safety nickelback position also can come up, and that defense has been improving since switching over to Steve Spagnuolo as the defensive coordinator and going back to a 4-3. So, defensively, looking at the matchup from the Kansas City side to the San Francisco offense, stopping the run and making Jimmy Garoppolo beat you now. Deebo Samuels, Emmanuel Sanders, he's been to the Super Bowl. I believe he got a Super Bowl ring as well. Those are going to be the matchup. George Kittle's is going to be a huge matchup for them. I don't think they can afford for George Kittle's to be just a blocker this game, unless they're running the ball with a tremendous amount of success. I think George Kittle's is going to have to get out there on some block release, and they have to put him out there on a ton of routes. George Kittle is their one big matchup, and I like Kittle's to control the middle of the field, and Samuels and them to control the outside and the inside of the field as well too. So, so those really are the matchups. The true matchups are how does Kansas City offense hold up against San Francisco defense, and how does the San Francisco offense hold up against the Kansas City defense? Not to sound like Booger McFarland, but the strength of the 49ers are their ability to run the ball in a defense. All right, they can't play. You can't play a ton of zone And I'm going to break it down now. You can't play a ton of zone versus the Kansas City Chiefs. You know, even if you bring in some pressures, them receivers gonna run through that zone. So if they man up, who Richard Sherman gonna guard? You know, they might have to put Richard Sherman on the tight end, Travis Kelce, and hopefully, you know, let Jimmy Ward match up with Sammy Watkins in the slot, and let the rest of their receivers match up on the outside, because Richard Sherman can't guard Tyreek Hill. You know what I'm saying? He can't. Richard Sherman can't guard Sammy Watkins in the slot. It's bad matchups for Richard Sherman all across the field in man-to-man coverage, because he's a slower corner. You know what I'm saying? So if he press off, then you're looking at bubble screens, jailbreak screens, you're looking at RPOs. I mean, you're looking at that. So the secondary of the 49ers, I think they serve better with putting Sherman and matching them up on Travis Kelce, and let some of their younger DBs, play the receivers, because it's speed across the field. You know, you look up front, they got a lot of long and strong pass rushers, across their line. And Armstead, the Buckner, the kid from Stanford, they got whose name I can never remember. D Ford is a former Kansas City Chiefs. He cost them a Super Bowl last year by dropping off sides when he didn't need to. You know what I'm saying? So you know, he the only real speed rusher they got. You're not gonna say the only one, but he the real speed across. But Nick Bosa is a good athletic tight end as well. I mean, defensive end as well too. But for the 49ers, defensively, the keys to victory for them is being disciplined in their pass lane. They have to get to Patrick Mahomes. Don't let him break the pocket. They got to sack him, get after him, make him stay in the pocket and make throws from the pocket. That sounds crazy. And they defensive backfield, they got to cover. They got to put Sherman on Kelce. That's the best matchup they got. And the rest of their corners they're going to have to jam. They're going to try to switch it up, jam the receivers, play off a little bit, combo coverage, zone and man. So for the 49ers, the key to them is their defensive line controlling the game up front, sacking Mahomes, making Mahomes get the ball out. If you rush forward, play coverage, send 5, send 6 every now and again, confuse them. Do the things that kind of threw Tom Brady and Peyton Manning on. But the difference is, if you miss with a blitz here with Patrick Mahomes and that speed that he got on the outside and Kelce controlling the middle of the field, he's going to break contain and either run for a first down or he going to make a big throw. So that's why it's tough blitzing him, because he can identify the blitzes. He's mobile enough to get by the blitzes. He knows his hot read, and he got a cannon where he can stumble outside the pocket and still be off platform and make a huge throw down the field. So, and if you're looking for the 49ers offense, what they need to do is run the ball, control the clock, and Jimmy Garoppolo need to make enough throws to keep Patrick Mahomes on the sideline. If you're able to run that ball, the 49ers is able to keep Patrick Mahomes on the sideline and run that ball, make enough third down throws and third and manageable, and Garoppolo just make enough throws, and they able to get up on Kansas City, then the 49ers gonna win this game, because they grind. But me personally, and I'll get to what's Kansas City in a minute, but that's what the 49ers need to do. You know what I'm saying? They need to run the ball. You know what I'm saying? Play action. Don't try to use the pass to open up the run and try to get off your game plan. Shanahan need to run the ball, and if the 49ers start putting 8-9 men in the box, you know what I'm saying? Or they start stopping the run, then you let Garoppolo throw the ball to Kittles, then you let Garoppolo, throw the ball to Samuels and Sanders and stuff of that nature, then that's what you do. But if they run the ball and control the clock and do game and clock management and just grind the clock down, and Garoppolo able to make a lot of throws, they should win the game. But if they get in situations where, they did what they did with Green Bay, and they start letting Green Bay come back, and homeboy will come back, because they not Green Bay. They not gonna just get one chunk play here. They'll mess around and go 6 plays, 6 chunk plays, and 6 big touchdowns. So, Garoppolo gonna have to make some throws this game. And George Kittle is a great matchup for them. And I think Kittle should have a big game if they got to get in a situation when they got to throw the ball. Now, Kansas City defensively, what they need to do is stop the run and make Garoppolo beat you. You know what I'm saying? You know what Garoppolo like to do. They like to throw over the middle with those slants, and they'll take some shots down the field every now and again. Look out for the block and release by George Kittles, and you really lock down Kittles, and you play tight coverage, and you make Garoppolo make tight throws. Frank Clark, Chris Jones, they can stop the run, they can get after the passer. Tyrone Matthews, he can shade them, but I'll probably bracket Kittles for the most part on passing downs, and I make Garoppolo beat me. I stack the box, and if Garoppolo beat me, he go down the field and beat me. He go down the field and beat me. Because what you want them to do is, you don't want them to get in a groove of running the ball, and grind the clock down. If you can press them receivers up front, bracket George Kittles, which is basically double them, and you can send pressure and stack the box, and you can drag Garoppolo into a shootout with homeboy. That's what you want to do. Take away the run and make Garoppolo try to go point for point and touchdown for touchdown with Patrick Mahomes. And I guarantee you, if it get into that situation, because we seen Drew Brees put some points on the 49ers, they had some injuries though. If it get in that situation, I guarantee you Garoppolo gonna turn the ball over, or he gonna kick some field goals, and Mahomes gonna run a checkup. So that's what I believe in. Then, for the Kansas City offense, like I said, if the defense can speed Garoppolo up and make Garoppolo get into a shootout with my homeboy, that's good. But for them, spread them out. You know what I'm saying? And like I like to see, if they play soft, get the ball into your playmakers, get the ball out of his hand quick. If they blitz, my homeboy, break the pocket, go downfield, but they got a lot of speed. They can kill them with drag routes. They can kill them with shallow crossing routes, deep crossing routes, post routes, double moves, post corner routes. You know what I'm saying? They can get some time up front, corner routes, flag routes. They can kill them with anything. You know what I'm saying? So I think for them as well, I think I see a lot of draw plays, a lot of screen plays to Williams. I like to see them run the ball a little bit more, but they can do whatever they want to. A lot of speed out there for them. A lot of speed, man. A lot of speed for them. So, my prediction is probably I got the Kansas City Chiefs winning this game. I think they got too much speed offensively. I think the defense will do enough. And I know usually the great defense win, but Kansas City been playing really, really good defense of late. The good defense. So for what I like Kansas City because of the speed offensively, and I think the speed they got outside. And with Kelsey on the inside, I think that's and Sammy Watkins on the inside. I don't think the 49ers can match up with that speed. And I don't think they seen speed like this all season, in my opinion, man. So I like Kansas City. I like them 34 to 24. You know what I'm saying? I just think they got too much speed offensively. I think a healthy Chris Jones is going to be the difference. Frank Clark. But I'm not counting the 49ers out. I can see them winning this game. But I just think Kansas City just got too much speed offensively. And like I said before, Richard Sherman can't guard none of those receivers out there. Not in man coverage. And if you play zone, he going to get exposed too. So I think they got too much speed. I think my homeboy, they got too much speed at the quarterback position. And if I had to give you a Super Bowl MVP, it's probably going to be Patrick Mahomes. But if I had a secondary Super Bowl MVP, it's probably going to be the running back, to be honest, Williams. I think it's going to be him because I think he's going to get if it is other than Mahomes, I pick Mahomes. If it's somebody, it's probably going to be Williams for the simple fact I just think he's going to get a lot of red zone looks. And he got like 7 touchdowns this postseason already or some stuff like that. So I like him as a secondary, but my homeboy, I think he gonna take it, man. He gonna go crazy out there. He might rush for one, throw for a few. He might rush for a few, throw for one. But if the 49ers win, if it's one, it's probably gonna be one of those running backs. It's probably gonna be Morstead, or it's probably gonna be George Kittles, or it might be somebody defensively for them. It might be Nick Bosa, but he balling. But for all them black militant guys out there, man, it really ain't no win situation here. You got some tap dancers over there for the 49ers that defended that man that talked about Lamar Jackson's, his black arms. You can't see the ball, and you had D Ford and Richard Sherman tap dancing for him. And then people go to Patrick Mahomes boy and him not being, you know, a brother. And I don't think he identifies as being black. The city he grew up in wasn't no black people in, from what I understand, what I heard. But, you know, it ain't a win-win situation. I'm enjoying it as a football fan, but I like the 49ers like 34-24, 31-24, whatever the hell I said. I mean, I like this Kansas City Chiefs to get the game. I think they got too much team speed offensively. I don't think the 49ers can keep up with them in the back end, but I could be wrong. You know, you control the game, the line of scrimmage from up front, and we'll see. But y'all know what it is. Goodfellas Sports TV. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you got a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Keep sharing the videos. You want to make a donation to the channel, that link's in the description. Best way to donate is share the video. Other than that, man, keep sharing the videos, man, and check out our NFL playlist for more videos like this. One time for the one time we gone.